movies than that. I know, I got so sad this morning when I read that.
Don't forget, wash your hands.
And
call Grandma and Grandpa and Mom and Pop.
And join us at 8 o'clock tonight for Remember.
And right now what you're looking at is me preparing a kind of a wash, because all my paintings I do an under wash, and I try to keep it in some kind of warm tone. Very rarely it'll go into a cool tone. But then when I put the wash in, and right now you're looking at that, is I'd wipe out just the light. So basically I'm doing a drawing. Most people would do a drawing. Basically I'm doing a drawing myself to get the image. But I use the biggest tool I could find, which is cloth. So I wipe out all the stuff and I create the face. Then I go in with some kind of a spatula, big flat thing that I can just sharpen some edges, give it a little more real look, and I start painting. So in this case I'm painting a portrait of one of my clients, Gary and Patty, their granddaughter, and I just fill in all the flesh tones, not accurately. I just mix it really quickly, and I tend to use, you'll see it later on in this video, I tend to use wide brushes, at least an inch. I don't like small brushes, and of course, as you can see, I don't like small tools. Try to want to get to the point faster. So I just kind of, at this point, what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to set some form of key lighting where I can differentiate my darks and my lights while maintaining the look of the portrait. So I'm still using that big flat thing I found in the hardware store. I don't know what you call that, you know. But I'm trying to create a portrait like the one I'm looking at. I'm trying to make it a little more real, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So picture starts coming up, then I go back to my brushes, and here you see me with two of my 1-inch brushes. Those are really soft too. Then I'll go in and I'll use my knife and brush to kind of find some shape, some color, some detail to bring the picture up another level. You're always trying to, you know, from here you see a certain amount of detail, but when you come up closer you can see there's a lot more detail that you see in the face. So when I pull it up closer on my computer, that's what I can see. I see more, so I want to put in a little more detail. So I use my knife and my brush to be able to do something like that. Right now I'm just kind of, there's some blues that I put in there and some violets that are hidden. So the background of my image, my painting is always about one point, and the rest of my painting tends to fall apart and become nothing. So right now I'm putting in the red sleeve on her shirt, really raw, rough and ragged, keeping my shapes raw. I'll keep all my background shapes. If you notice, the face is the only thing that has some kind of clarity to it. The rest of the picture falls away. You got to be brave to paint like this, because you can mess it up, but you know, every mistake is a learning curve, so go with that idea. So I kind of got a better picture, and here I am putting in some inspirational brush strokes. What do you call these brush strokes? Like these brush strokes are very they're moving, very rhythmic. A lot of rhythmic brush strokes, because that's the interest in the painting. You know, other than that, it's just some girl looking at you with a mischievous smile. So that's basically where I just keep working that idea over and over until I get it. And here you can see basically one of my palettes. I have a bunch of palettes that I use while I'm creating this. There's my blow up, like, you know, when you go up close you can see more detail, when you come back you see less. Some of my tools. Here's a portrait finished. I had to go back on this portrait and do some work to it, because I didn't like some of the stuff I did, so I refined it a little better. I hope you like it. I hope it inspires you to go out and do a portrait of your loved one. I promised you guys I would do something a little more tutorial. So I'll see you guys on the next one.
This is a part of the video where I have to ask you guys to like, share, and comment. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.